So I've been working on my layout. I got quite a bit done. I picked up a case of Code 70 track and 4 turnouts off of Marketplace. That was a good deal. And then I picked up this little locomotive off of eBay. And the guy said it didn't run, which is fine. It's one of those 280 consolidation roundhouse kits. I replaced the tender because the one that was on there looked like, I guess the guy was doing an oil conversion. I want to do coal. So I got a new tender shell for it. And then I took it apart, cleaned all the gears. There's a bunch of lint and whatnot in there. Added some label lubrication. Got the wheels rolling. It was also missing the pilot truck, so I purchased that. And then through trial and error, testing, I got it to start running. And now it runs really well. It runs really slow, which is nice. I'm really impressed with how slow it goes. But I need to paint the tender and letter it. But yeah, you can see. Here, let me step back. Kind of get a bird's eye view. So I've gotten that corner there is the yard. That's going to be yard. That corner is going to be the roundhouse and a turntable. So I've gotten a track laid for a little portion of the lower loop. This part comes into here, and there's a lead that goes out right here, and it creates a reverse loop. No issues. Just get a switch for that. But it goes around behind that rise and then comes up. And over here, of course, there's going to be a bridge there, and it goes around. And I'm stuck there because I need to purchase more turnouts. I did get the spur for this side, which will be a mine. And then there'll be some other industry on that side, probably similar, coming off for that spur. And then there's a far spur over there. There'll be a coal tipple. I still need to, I have foam, lots of leftover blocks of foam, and I want to kind of rough this out, build up my gorge for this area. This will be either a steel, one of those steel trestles like on the Cumbres and Toltec, or a wooden trestle. I haven't decided yet, but there will be a bridge here over a nice tall gorge. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased at the amount of progress that I've made. Oh, I also, the guy that I bought the track and the turnouts from picked up these uncoupler magnets. It's the assembly fixture for building trucks, and then a truck kit, a coupler height gauge, which is really nice to have, and this Magnum electric uncoupler, which I don't know where I'm going to put these things, but it was cool to pick these up. And yeah, this little locomotive, it's really cool. And then I found a guy that makes DC handheld controls. I really like his system. I'm going to get that. It's really simple. So no, I'm not doing DCC. I don't need it for this little layout. I'm not going to be running a dozen different locomotives. For me, just coming out, I figure I'll just come out of the roundhouse, build my train in the yard, leave the yard, and then come up and go to the different sites, spurs and whatnot, and industries, drop off, pick up, and go around and whatnot. And then you go through the reverse loop, and that puts you back into the yard again. So yeah, I mean, there's plenty of operation just by myself. And odds are 99.9% of the time, it's just me run trains. And I have no reason to be running 2 or 3 locomotives. Plus, I really don't have any plans to really own more than 3. After picking this thing up, this little roundhouse kit, I actually want to pick up a couple more kits and build them and just modify them so they look a little different. And you can add different features. And then, of course, there's little add-ons you can get, brass castings and stuff. So I think I'm just going to get 2 more consolidations, and that'll be my fleet, because my roundhouse at best will be 4 stalls. So 3 steam engines and a galloping goose and some freight cars. Just, I'm not building some monster pike here with just tons and tons of, some massive collection of stuff. So yeah, I did go to a train show and they didn't have anything other than connectors and track spikes. That was really all I found there. Again, this I picked up off of eBay for $100, and then I got the track and the turnouts for, and then all this Kadee stuff, I think for like 165. So I did really well. Train show really didn't. I mean, other than I didn't have to pay shipping on any of these spikes or stuff, which would have been probably astronomical thanks to shipping costs right now. But whatever. But yeah, lots of progress. I think I need a dozen more turnouts, rights and lefts, to complete the track work. I still need a turntable, which I haven't decided on how I'm going to do that. And I think I probably need a few more, maybe 10 more pieces of flex track to finish out the entire thing. But the turnout, I don't know, I'm kind of torn. There's a laser cut kit that this guy makes. He makes 3 different versions of narrow gauge turntables. I'm sort of like those. Then, of course, I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I'll just do what Malcolm Furlow did on his San Juan Central. And he just took an Atlas turntable and added HOn3 rails and everything to the top of it and made it look like a pit style turntable. Something simple. Diamond scale won't work because once I cut the hole and everything, it's the depth of the pit is not correct to fit. I think basically it's an inch, and their pit for their narrow gauge is only 9/16, so that won't work. So I want something easy, and I'm really thinking of just the Atlas turntable. And then I did find some guy did what did he do to it? He modified it so it doesn't index and stop and pause. He put in another little notch that allows it to rotate freely. And I'm thinking I'll just do that. Plus it's not that much, but once I get all the track, and then I need to run the bus. I want to pick up the handheld DC controller and the wall wart and wire all that. And then I get onto the layout and wire all that up. I will need one tortoise switch machine because everything I can reach, all the turnouts are close. They're all within hand's reach of the edge, except for that one, which is dead in the center. So I'll have to do a tortoise switch machine for that, I believe. Everything else I can get my hands on. So I already have a bunch of caboose throws that I'm going to use. So yeah, again, trying to keep it simple. I don't need a bunch of electric turnouts and whatnot, everything. So yeah, that's the progress. Let me get back there. You can kind of see the, but yeah. So that's pretty good for one weekend. I guess once I get everything, then I just got to get everything wired. Everything run down below and run a bus line and everything. Get it all wired up, and then I can just run trains everywhere and make sure everything's good and clear. No derailments. Check for all the connections and finicky issues. But yeah, overall, I am just super pleased about how it's been going. So yeah.